All right, settle in, grab your drink, because we're about to dive deep. And when I say deep, I mean Mariana Trench deep, into the real nitty-gritty of how people, actually get filthy stinking rich. This isn't your grandma's save a penny, earn a penny advice. This is the exact playbook. The secret sauce, the whole enchilada that yes, me, your favorite 20-something financial guru, have been following. It has taken me to 7 figures, and trust me, it is going to launch me straight into 8. But here's the kicker. I want you to steal it, copy it, replicate it, do the damn thing. I'm literally handing you the keys to the kingdom. Now, before we get into the meat and potatoes, a quick shout out, a massive, colossal thank you to each and every one of you for 10,000 subscribers. Seriously, 10,000. When I started this little passion project, I never in a million years expected it to blow up like this. The support, the comments, the DMs, seeing you guys start businesses, open investment accounts, all because of something I said. It means the absolute world to me, more than you could ever know. You've made this month, heck, this whole year, absolutely incredible. Some of the recent videos, man, they've just gone bonkers. And my consultation calls, they've been off the charts, helping so many of you navigate the wild world of sales, business, and freelancing. A little self-plug, yes. I know, but genuinely, if you're stuck, if you need a roadmap, I know for a fact I can help you, guaranteed, as long as you're willing to put in the work. So, link in the description, you know the drill, book a call, let's chat. But enough about me, let's talk about the guy who sorta kickstarted this whole philosophy for me, Felix Dennis, the founder of Maxim magazine, absolute legend, sadly no longer with us. But his book, oh man, his book, it's a masterpiece. I might even link it down below. It is not your typical get-rich-quick fluff. It is raw, unadulterated truth from a guy who built a publishing empire worth hundreds of millions starting from nothing. And that, my friends, is why his words resonated so deeply with me. It is exactly what I'm doing. It is not theoretical. It is practical. It is battle-tested. So, let's dive into the first, and arguably the most crucial lesson. If you take nothing else from this video, please engrave this in your brain. Number 1, ownership and equity. Period. End of story. This is everything, my friends. If you want to be truly rich, not just comfortably employed, you absolutely, unequivocally must own equity in some type of successful business asset. A business, stock, real estate, whatever. Just own something. Felix Dennis was crystal clear on this, and honestly, it is something I learned the hard way. Employment alone, my friends, will not make you rich. Even doctors, lawyers, high-flying executives, they might make good money, but true wealth, the kind that buys you freedom, rarely comes from just trading your time for money. Think about it. There is a ceiling on your hours, only 24 in a day. You can't magically create more. And while you're clocking in, you own nothing that appreciates, nothing that generates passive income. You're building someone else's empire, not your own. It is like renting a house for 40 years and then realizing you've paid off someone else's mortgage, but you still own nothing. You're getting screwed, pure and simple. Now, I'm not saying quit your job tomorrow. That would be foolish. But you need a clear, actionable path to ownership. Maybe it is starting a side hustle, like I did with my real estate lead generation business, or investing in stocks, or buying a rental property. Whatever it is, get it in writing. Own a piece of the pie. My old boss used to hammer this into me, and he was right. You must own a percentage of something that is going to continue to grow. That is how employees, the smart ones, become millionaires. Their stock options vest, the company goes public, and boom, instant wealth, they own something. Even if it was just a promise on paper, they owned it. So, focus on ownership. It is the only way to escape the time. For money trap number 2, focus. And I don't mean kind of focus. I mean ruthless, laser, sharp focus. Like your life depends on it, because your financial life, my friends, absolutely does. I see so many people, bless their entrepreneurial hearts, trying to juggle 18 different income streams, 3 different businesses, a YouTube channel, a TikTok, an Etsy store, a dropshipping business, a blog, a podcast, and a partridge in a pear tree. It is absolute chaos. It derails all their primary money-making activities. You're spreading yourself thinner than a dollar store pizza. Honestly, I'd much rather have one business absolutely crushing it, making all the money I need, than 12 different ventures, each bringing in a measly $1,000 a month. It is just stupid. It makes no sense. You're constantly context switching, you're always stressed, and you're never truly excelling at anything. This might sound extreme, but it is the honest truth. You have to sacrifice. You can't get distracted by FOMO. I get it. I suffer from shiny object syndrome big time, but then I snap myself out of it. If I've spent 3 years building an asset that is consistently generating good cash flow, it makes way more sense to scale that one thing, to pour all my energy into it, rather than chasing every new fad if you're just starting out. This is even more critical. Focus on the one thing that makes you money. The first business. The first idea that puts $1 in your pocket. That is the one. Go all in. Give it your everything. Drown out the noise. Ignore the what-ifs. And become a master of that one thing. You can diversify later. But first, you need to prove you can do one thing exceptionally well. Number 3. Embrace calculated risk. This is one I wish I had understood better in my 20s. I was super frugal, super cheap, which is good to a point, but I also avoided taking any real risks. And that is where a lot of people get stuck. They get comfortable, they stay in their mental safety net, and they miss out on massive opportunities. Dude, you have free will. You can do whatever the hell you want. The key is distinguishing foolish risks from strategic ones. Foolish risks, those are just stupid, high downside, almost zero upside, like betting your rent money on a lottery ticket. Strategic risks, those are different. They have a very manageable downside and a potentially massive upside. Think about it. What is the worst that could happen if you invest a couple $1,000s in a new venture? You lose a couple thousand, bummer, but what if it hits? What if it turns into millions? That is a trade-off I'm willing to make every single day of the week, investing $10,000 to make $5,000. That is a foolish risk, investing $2,000 with the potential to make $2 million. That is strategic. I challenge you every single month, identify one strategic risk you can take. It could be a new course, a new business idea, a marketing campaign, something that pushes your boundaries but has a clear, acceptable downside. That is how you unlock disproportionate gains. Number 4, timing matters more than the idea. This is a big one, a huge one. Everyone thinks they need the next big idea, the revolutionary concept. But honestly, a mediocre idea at the perfect time will make millions, while a brilliant idea at the wrong time will likely flop. Think about Facebook or Amazon back in 2004. Were they brilliant? Yes. Did they work hard? Absolutely. But the timing, the wave they rode, was impeccable. Sometimes the wave matters more than the water itself. I'd rather be the 12th creatine supplement company right now, riding a proven wave, than the #1 fidget spinner company today. Timing, my friends, is everything. You need to develop what I call an opportunity radar. Constantly be scanning the horizon, looking at emerging markets, trending hashtags, what people are talking about on social media. Be in the know, and when you spot something, when you feel that shift, move quickly. Felix Dennis was obsessive about this. When he saw a demand for a certain type of publishing, he went all in. His eyes practically bled from the work. I felt the same way with my real estate lead generation business. I knew it was the perfect storm. The first movers in any significant market capture almost all the wealth, the disproportionate amount. That is Facebook, that is Google, that is Amazon. They didn't just have good ideas. They had good ideas at the right time. So study those emerging markets, refine your radar, and be ready to pounce. Number 5, control your costs and negotiate everything. This is a lesson I learned from another incredible book, Titan, the biography of John D. Rockefeller. The man was ruthless with costs. I mean, stupidly frugal, to the point where he realized that massive overhead could kill a business before it even had a chance to scale. It cuts you off at the knees. And personally, every dollar you save on unnecessary spending is a dollar you can invest. Not just save to save, but save to invest. When I heard that, not just from Rockefeller's story, but in other places too, it was like a light bulb went off. It is not a penny saved is a penny earned. It is a penny saved is a penny able to invest. If you can scrounge up an extra $500 a month or a couple thousand, and invest that consistently, the compounding over time, my friends, is absolutely mind-blowing. This doesn't mean you have to live like a complete bum, but be strategic during your wealth building phase, which hint for most of you watching is your 20s, all the way up to your mid-30s. This is the time to be smart with your money. The truly rich, they spend their money on assets that appreciate or generate income, on tools that multiply their efficiency, and on relationships and networking. They minimize spending on status symbols and depreciating junk, because they understand the difference. And when it comes to negotiation, they push. They push when it is uncomfortable. They even negotiate when they don't need to, just to keep their skills sharp, to see what they can get. I've seen incredibly wealthy people do this, and I'm actively working on getting better at it myself. Because every dollar saved through negotiation, it is a dollar directly on your bottom line. Learn it, master it, your business, your family, your future self will all thank you for it. And finally, number 6, delegation. Oh man, this is a game changer. I mentioned this but when you finally learn to delegate, when you see sales coming in, customer support tickets being handled, the accounting being done, all without your direct involvement, it is an indescribable feeling. It is like this massive weight lifted off your shoulders. It is the inflection point in wealth building, the transition from the hustle culture, working 12 hours a day, doing everything yourself, to having teams and systems and people working for you while you're sleeping. What did I say at the beginning of the video? Passive income. This is it. You don't need to control everything. You don't need to be involved in every little detail. You need to incentivize talented people. Give them a piece of the pie. Hey, if you get 5 sales from me, that is an extra 25% commission for you. That drives efficiency, that empowers people, and it frees you up to work on the big picture stuff, to be the visionary, not the bottleneck, the wealth ceiling for most entrepreneurs. And it certainly was for me. Is their inability to let go. Your income will hit a cap. I guarantee it. Brother, you'll run out of personal time, you'll run out of mental energy, and you won't be able to grow your business effectively while also living a good life. So, learn to master delegation. It is the ultimate lever for scaling your time and your income. There are so many more points I could go into. But these 6, especially the first one. Seriously, if you tuned out for a second, rewind and listen to number 1. Again, these are the core tenets, the foundational principles that truly differentiate the financially free from everyone else. As always, if you've made it this far, you're my kind of people. And if you're interested in diving deeper into any of these concepts, or if you have a business yourself and want to brainstorm, book a call with me, link in the description. Hope you enjoyed this little chat. If you have any questions, you know where to find me. Stay boring, stay patient. Peace.